Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new list for pretty much positioning and what do we really see for like the future of the game and stuff like that. Where people should be placing their team comps, how certain characters should be played, which characters do you get the most out of, like which characters get the most out of you using them and stuff like that. And we're just going to pretty much run it down the line. So if you don't remember, mains are characters that you pretty much have to use physically as your main character in order to utilize them to their best potential, pretty much gain the most amount of buffs, whether that be attack or defensive. Switch are characters that can actually pretty much be a switch off or offhand. Pretty much means that this character could either be used as a main or used as a offhand character, which means you could, it's a bit of a mix. You could either use the character as your main or you don't have to. So we also got range DPS. Range DPS just pretty much is pretty much the category for like all the characters that are ranged. And the breaker status is pretty much for breakers. And breakers are pretty freaking dope because these dudes are probably the meta of the game and they just like are super freaking useful. So let's go ahead and switch into it with our first main category character. We're just going to talk about Puri Puri Prisoner. Puri Puri Prisoner is a character that actually requires you to pretty much block very often. You could utilize this dude's entire kit, but it requires him to actually use his block in both his Q in conjunction. So if you don't know, this character actually does gain a lot more benefits, including damage bonuses, if he does his blocking and stuff like that, and also gets cooldown reduction on some skills. So he has to be used as a main character. The AI is not smart enough to block every single attack for a lot of these block specific characters. It just is a sad reality for these block specific characters. Uh, Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about another very block specific character, which is Iron. E-Iron is pretty much like an amazing character. I would suggest using him as a main more than anything due to the fact that this character can pretty much dish out ridiculously good combos, especially free dashes. For instance, he has a Q block mechanic which allows him to parry, and this parry mechanic allows the character to actually use his E skill in conjunction, causing a tear, like pretty much like going right through the other person and or the enemy, and dashing right through them, especially after using both in conjunction. It's a free dash and a free move, causing him to build upon his R skill, which is a nuke. So you just kind of like have to use this dude's kit very specifically, or else he's not going to do it as an AI. He just can't. He won't do it as an AI. Now, a very block specific character is actually a switch unit, which is Job Hunter Saitama. This dude doesn't have a very crazy kit, and I would even pair him and Moomin Rider in the exact same category because both these characters can be used as mains, but they're more preferential as offhands as well because they're more just supporting characters to your main character. So they're pretty much always going to be there doing their job and stuff like that, and they're just, you don't have to worry about them as much. Next, we're going to go ahead and work on some ranged FPSs. Let's go ahead and talk about Genos over here. Genos over here, this is, oh, wrong Genos. This is actually the other Genos. So we're looking at SR Genos. SR Genos is actually a very dope unit. This character pretty much can dish out some ridiculously good damage and stuff like that. And let's go ahead and just kind of just knock in all the ranged specific units, such as we have Tatsumaki over here, we have Metal Knight right here, we have Golden Ball right here. These are very specifically only ranged units that pretty much support your team. And you're probably going to notice a few changes from the original listings compared to this listing because we've learned quite a bit since then. Um, Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about breaker units while we actually have the chance to, because I'm just going down the listings. So, breaker units are characters that are specifically made to break composure or do a crap ton of composure damage, breaking the enemy shield and giving you the biggest openings ever. So, let's go ahead and put those in there. We got Triple Staff Lily. Triple Staff Lily is an amazing character. She could be used as a offhand or a main, so she is technically a switch breaker, which is, pretty useful. We got Stinger. Stinger is an amazing main or offhand, also is considered a very good switch breaker. Same exact thing with Spring Mustachio. Same exact thing as, well, actually with Zombie Man, it's a little weirder because this character is not really a switch. He's more of a range DPS breaker. But, that just depends on if you want to main him or not, because you would actually main this character to utilize his range DPS the most, because that's how you want to support your team, not actually using his melee kit, which fucking sucks. All right, so we got Genos over here. Genos is an amazing character. He's also considered a breaker because of his SR card, his SSR card, obviously. And he is probably the most versatile of the breakers, being range DPS, switch, offhand, and main. So, amazing character. All right, that pretty much covers all the breakers. Right now, next is pretty much just characters that either play support or DPS. And let's go ahead and get into these more, I would say, specific picks. So, first things first is Hellish Blizzard. She is actually considered a main. This chick will not pop off her kit unless you do the really, really ridiculously hard combos that you actually have to use in order to pretty much use this character, requiring an incredible amount of skill to actually use. She's a very, very skill-based unit, and it really, really hurts your entire team if she is placed in the offhand category. So that's pretty much it for her. So over here we have Smile Man. Smile Man is a great offhand or switch. I would consider him more of a switch, but I would also put him in an offhand category due to the fact that he can utilize his entire kit. The AI is incredibly smart, and everything about him is incredibly good. So his damage could really pop off. It just really depends on the situation. Obviously, if you're up against the wall, this dude is the guy to go for. Next, we got Snek. Snek is an amazing character. You could put him in the offhand and also a main, but he's best as a switch because you could actually utilize his entire kit, but the AI can also utilize his entire kit, including his dodges, without any problems. He's an amazing unit. He's up there. GG's. Let's see. We have Silverfang, which is actually a big, 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 big misunderstood character because a lot of people don't know how to use this guy. If you don't know, all of his M1s are considered parries. So, if you want to fully utilize this character, you kind of either want to put him in your main or in your offhand, but I think he's more of a main character if you really want to utilize 100% of this guy's kit. I would prefer using him as a main so you could actually utilize those parries on perfect timing depending on you, less than the actual Silverfang AI, which tends to shit itself. So, next we got uh, you know, we have Lightning Max. Lightning Max is an amazing unit. You can utilize his entire kit, but he's just one of those characters that's just a very, very solid offhand tank who could pretty much do his job without your help. The only issue is with the AI, a lot of these people just can't dodge, but that's a universal thing. That's not character specific. So next we also have Saitama. Saitama is actually considered a little more the offhand category. You can use him as a main, but his kit is so easy and so easy to pull off to the point where you could literally just have him as an offhand, use a more skill-based unit, get more worth out of both at the exact same time. Next, we have Sonic. Sonic is a sore thumb for a lot of people. A lot of people say he sucks. A lot of people say he's good. Realistically speaking, this character is also considered a skill-based unit. If you want to utilize this dude's entire kit, he's entirely skill-based. The dodges, the perfect dodging, the perfect comebacks, the returns, like the amount of complexity in this character's kit makes him incredibly useful. Next, we got Tanapi. Tanapi, lead producer of OPBR, is, I would consider him more as an offhand, more supportive than anything. And that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. If this guide helped you guys out, don't forget to just let me know down below how ways that we could change it. Or, what do you call it? Ring that bell to stay notified on future events. Take it easy and peace.